you're so full and greasy.
For a long time, I've maintained that Kyle won't be able to keep this up forever, right? Kyle's still in his 20s, but that doesn't last forever. You know, fast forward 10 years and we'll see. But I don't know.
When I started my upward,
Kyle's
outward expansion.
Kyle has not done that, and he's 29.
That's good.
Some
people don't. Like I had an aunt that lived way in. Well, she's still.
The trick is vanity.
She's thin and she eats whatever she wants. Some people just have the right metabolism to be able to burn whatever.
I don't believe in metabolism anymore. I read that metabolism goes up is like 5% difference from one end of the spectrum to the other. I think
but we've
really
covered the small additions, how that works.
Sure.
But metabolism slows down, so you're saying that's only a 5% difference, no matter what.
It doesn't slow down as much as people think. Like.
Exactly.
It does slow down, but it's not some like, oh, I just hit 40. It was that drastic 50% cutoff. Now magically my body defies physics and doesn't need as much. It does slow down, but it's not that huge drastic drop off.
The thing is, now I've heard that, and I think we've talked about this in a previous show. Like, hey, it's not what you think it is. On the other hand, every culture, old people are fat. Across all of time, old people are fat. Like old Romans are fat.
Look at the Japanese.
They're not trying to be hot anymore.
Old Japanese people are fat.
I don't know about that. I was watching this thing about Okinawa.
I'm sure there
I was looking at those people and those rice. They're like
sumo?
80 out there doing
Japan?
karate and shit.
Sumo, good counter argument.
Those guys aren't that big. Those guys are like 220 on average, I think.
Well,
there's definitely bigger, like 300, 400.
Yeah.
Oh, sumo wrestlers? Yeah, they're quite big.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what the average weight of a sumo wrestler is. I bet it's closer to 200.
Well, we're not talking about averages. We're talking about, you're saying no fat people exist.
I wonder if they get heavier as they get older. It's just out of control.
Yeah, I heard the thing, but my counter was it seems like every culture, the old people are fatter. Every time period. Like, I bet if you go to Rome and Egypt, that the old people are pretty fat.
Well,
I'm sure on
averages,
averages,
to do with the
100 years ago, people were much thinner than they are now because now we're eating, high fructose corn syrup with, saturated fats that are harvested.
I think that old people get fat because they are less physically active and they're less sexually active and they just don't care anymore. They're set in their ways. They've already reproduced. They've got a long-term relationship most likely. And it just doesn't matter as much anymore. And as they get older and more rickety, they're not able to get out there and run that mile a day that they used to be able to. And they start eating like shit.
I feel like care is not the thing, right? Like, I bet if you talk to an average woman who's like 48, she's not like, I don't even care that I got fat. I bet it has a huge impact on her sense of self-worth. And it was just easy for her to be thin when she was 22.
And a lot of it comes with my career of an office job for 8 hours a day, and then come home to my hobby of sitting in front of a monitor and playing video games. I'm sure that has led a lot to the sedentary lifestyle, plus liking to eat burgers and pizza on top of that.
Yeah.
The trick is vanity. You have to be a vain person. You have to care about your physical appearance, and you have to like getting laid. And I feel like that's what drives me. I mean, I'm on the, I don't want to look pudgy. If I upload a video, I don't want a million people or whatever looking at me like, you're getting fat there, huh? You're getting fat because all you gotta do is show a little double chin one time and you're a fat ass all of a sudden. The public's harsh. And also, I want my clothes to fit. I want my girlfriend to find me attractive. I want to look in the mirror and be happy with what I see. So every time I start getting to the borders of that, where I feel like I'm getting away from that, it's time to go to whatever means are necessary to lose 10 to 12 pounds. And then 10 pounds is like 50,000 calories of fun you get to have once you burn that off. And it only takes me about
How long have you fasted the longest?
On that survival trip, I guess there were periods where, no, I guess not. I don't know. Like without any food whatsoever. Maybe like 40 hours, almost 2 days, something like that.
Yeah. Well, I've done the master cleanse where they have this drink. It's like the lemonade, Cajun
and the
spices and stuff. Yeah, cayenne pepper. I did that for 14 days. That was
oh shit.
Yeah.
14 days of just lemon water?
Yeah, I was definitely sick of that shit.
But how much did you lose in 2 weeks?
Oh, I don't remember. It was probably 30 pounds or something.
That's pretty neat trick, though.
There's a lot of research that came out on that, and it's really bad for you. Like, it can cause liver failure, like that.
You're not all right. Step up your vanity game.
Promoted.
Yeah,
you're not vain enough.
You're right. I should just be more vain. No, you don't need to be that like drinking shakes and that shit. Just self-shame yourself. Like I'm sure Kyle does self-shaming all the time. I self-shame myself today. Like if I notice a few pounds adding on, and like I'm like getting in the shower and I look in the mirror and I'm like, look at that fat. Oh my god, it's me. Like what's like I can see like 4 pounds worth.
Yeah. Me right now.
Everybody
So,
starts burning fat.
And sometimes it'll be water weight. You'll just be bloated. Like I'll be thinking that I'm like, I'm looking really pudgy today, and I'll go and I'll run. I'll run for maybe an hour. I don't know. For me, that's not that far because I use like the elliptical machine with weird inclines and stuff. But maybe I'll do 3 miles or something like that on some awful course or something like that. And by the end of it, I feel like I've sweated out like a gallon or something like that. I'll lose a quarter pound or half a pound easy.
I did
ate or drank the day before. Like if yesterday I ate way too much, an inappropriate amount of fried chicken, asking them to go back and get me more plates. But it was all you can eat, and I'm not going to lose money. And so, like I woke up this morning and it was just like, oh, look at you piece of shit. Like I was so bloated, like I looked like a distended belly from like those African kids.
Did you immediately have to take like? Did you wake up and immediately have like an emergency shit to take?
Oh yeah. It wasn't even wake up. It was like it was.
So
I have been
in the middle of the night
at 7:30 in the morning, and it was like I gotta go.
Oh,
right
shit.
now. Like,
Yeah. See, when I'm eating like shit. That's every morning for me, every day. I wake up and I'm like, oh, got a shit. You gotta go right then and there. Because the night before, like I'll start at like 8 p.m. or something like that, and I'll have like 5 meals by the time I go to sleep. Like there'll be a bowl of cereal, and there'll be some Hot Pockets, maybe some pizza rolls. There'll be some spicy rice that I'll make myself, and then there might be a fast food meal mixed in there with some potato chips. Like by the time the morning comes around, if anybody's in that shower before me, they better get the fuck out. It's about to get rough in there.
We were talking about self-shaming, and like I hopped on the scale today, hit 198, which was it's not a new low, but it's the lowest number I've seen, so that's good, right? And I was like, all right, good, but I wasn't happy. I went to the bathroom afterwards, and the posture, like elbows on knees, and I'm like holding my like belly fat, like, no, you're not done, you fat fucking piece of shit. Yeah, you lose 13 more, you jackass.
Yeah. Oh.
But it could get to a negative.
Anything done? Like
that could be a negative. Like people that are bulimic or anorexic are the extreme scale of the self-shaming, poor image of themselves that it just gets out of hand.
Yeah, so be realistic. I mean, don't be ridiculous out there. Like I don't know how that happens. Like when they look at themselves and they're a skeleton and they think that's hot.
Or they think they're fat.
It's hot.
Yeah, I'm going for like tone and trim. Like I'm not going for Skeletor.
The skeleton, like you see the extreme examples, and it's really bad. But sometimes they'll be like, "Look at this woman; she's underweight," and it's like, not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
No,
yeah. Keep it up.
Well,
yeah, a little underweight that works for you.
Yeah. You look hungry. I like it.
Look like you haven't eaten as long as Kyle has. Probably longer. Yeah. Kyle, you were talking about your shits with, like I know you do like the bounce back between healthy and then just carnage for a while. Yeah. Every time you switch back to the healthy part of your diet, isn't it always just like a why did I quit this as far as your shits go? Like when you're taking a shit and you're eating healthy, it's like, oh, it's 9:30 in the morning. I guess I'm gonna go have my morning shit, and then I'll go on with my day. There will be there will be no
not
fear
much
there.
Clean up.
When you eat like shit, every time
shits are messy.
Yeah, every time you leave the house on a shit diet, it's a roulette of whether or not there's going to be an emergency, like immediately, like, and that's happened to me driving around. It's like, I'll leave somewhere on a 20-minute drive, 5 minutes in, I don't even think about having to take a shit. 6.5 minutes in, I'm sweating and looking for an exit. like I got to get out of here now, or I'm gonna shit my car. It's awful.
I have a so I have a 5-second video clip to play about healthy poops. Like this is from this is pretty funny. This is